What's going on, y'all? Recently I created some textures that I want to give y'all away for free. You can see those on my screen here. And I really like you all, but I don't like you all enough to spend hours and hours and hours on this. So I needed a way to speed up my workflow, and it ended up being really helpful, so I want to teach that to you as well. So we're going to use Photoshop actions and then turn the action into a droplet for this. So first step, let me just go ahead and open this texture up in Photoshop. Here we are in Photoshop. First thing to do is set up an action. If you haven't used actions before, they're incredibly useful. I'll probably do a full tutorial on it. Basically, an action is just a way to record all the actions that you do in Photoshop, and then with the click of a button, you can basically repeat those back. So let me show you how this works. I'll click this button to create a new action, and I'm going to hit record. So now you can tell it's recording by this little record thing down here. So everything I do is going to be recorded to this action. So the first thing I want to do is just come over here and unlock my background layer. Boom, got that. Then I want to go into my adjustments, and I'm going to add a threshold to this. So boom, click that. Basically what a threshold does is it just takes anything that's closer to black, makes it black. Anything that's closer to white makes it white. So effectively we have no gray in this image, and if I zoom in, you can see that we only have black pixels and white pixels. So that's what we're looking for. From here, I just actually need to save this thing out. So I'll do File, Save As. I'm going to navigate to where I want these suckers saved in these finals. And then, okay, right down here, save this as a TIFF. I don't want to include the layers, so it'll make me save it as a copy. That's just fine. And go ahead and hit save. Right here, I just like to check LZW for the image compression, and then I leave everything else alone. So now I actually just want to close this file, and I'm just going to hit don't save. So that brings us back to our Photoshop splash screen here, but we're actually not done. So just go up to Window and Actions. And here we can see all those steps that we did got recorded. So that's where we unlocked the background, then we added the threshold, saved it as a TIFF, and then we closed it without saving. So I just need to hit this icon right here to stop the action, and now that is saved in there. So we could stop there and just open each of our textures and run this action on it, and that would certainly speed us up, but let's speed ourselves up even more. So go up here to File, Automate, and do create droplet right here. So choose where you want this droplet to save. I'll just say I want it here. Next, you're going to tell it to run an action or play an action. Mine already has the correct one here, but you could navigate to yours. So I'm going to have this play make bitmap texture. And then over here, I need to choose a destination for my exports. So I want them to go to a folder, which I will choose. I'll choose Finals, hit Enter, and then I want to have this checkbox checked. So basically, I did a Save As in the action, and so this will follow that Save As. All right, and lastly, I just want to name this. So I have texture with a dash, and then the 2-digit serial number. So I think I have 12 textures, so I should end up with 12 files that are named texture-01, 02, etc. So I'll hit OK. So now I've navigated back to the folder where I have these initial scans. So if you remember, these are just the ones that are not bitmapped. So I'm just going to select all of these and just actually go ahead and drag them right on top of the bitmap texturizer droplet. So right now it's just going through and just processing all of our images. So this takes just a second. Okay, and here is the moment of truth. I told the droplet to save stuff to this finals folder. So if I go into here, I should see that I have all my textures. And if we look at them, you can tell that these have been bitmapped, and this is exactly what we were looking for. So that's it, we're done. But real quick, just as a bonus, let me show you something cool that you can do with these textures. So behind my Finder window here, I have an Illustrator document. Let me just go ahead and drag in one of these textures. Great, here it is. And I just want to show you that the way we set up these textures is to where you can select it in Illustrator and then just add any swatch to it. And as you can see, it'll be that color. So whatever was black will change to the swatch that you selected. So anyways, y'all, I know this example is a little bit niche, but there's a ton of stuff you can do with droplets. Like, for example, let's say you need images for your website and you always do them 1920 by 1080. You can actually set up a droplet to resize your images to that, so it can just make tedious tasks really, really easy. And like I said earlier, all of the textures that I created in this video will be available as a free download in the description below. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow me over on Instagram, where I post short tips and tricks about design. I'll see you next time.